Seven Wonders Architects version. The most recent, or the last one, it's not recent at all, it was released some years ago, but the most recent and easiest version of Seven Wonders. This is standalone, it's not related either with Duel or with Seven Wonders the Classic. It's a different game, it's the Architects version. In my opinion, it's a much simpler, more family-like game, which I would like to bring today and show you what is inside. Before we go there and start delving into the past, just a reminder, if you are a fan of this game and this channel, in this video, don't forget to leave a like. Consider by the end of the video to subscribe, or prefer leave, and I would like you to be part of this community. And by checking my channel, you see all the interesting stuff that I'm opening there for board games, card games, and very geeky and nerdy stuff. I know you're a fan, like I do. So this is from Antoine Boza. So this is a big box, bigger than all the other versions. It's not in English. It can be played by with two, which is not like the classic or duels, and it absorbs 7 people. 7 Wonders, 7 people. You know how this game goes by now, and it could be fast, 25 minutes, because everything happens. I was going to say everything happens at the same time, but that's not true. Players go each of them one by one, and I'll show you how. So let's open. So we start by seeing a box here, which someone is looking at. That's very strange pyramid being built. I guess these are the architects. They are looking to the blueprints while the slaves are building it. But although the ancient wonders here are the same as Seven Wonders, the classic truthful wonders that really existed, at least the pyramid looks like coming from another planet. It's very strange, right? With these gold circles, semicircles here, that gold top tip there. I don't know what was the idea here, but maybe it's like an alternative reality. And look at around the box, you'll find the images from some of the cards, and it's the same kind of thing that you found before: the market, the military conflicts, the glasswork, etc. But now it's more cartoonish style. You see, it's not as realistic as or the same kind of art you had in the previous games. This is more cartoonish. There's the cat. The cat is very important, and because of that, I think this is a family game. I feel this is a family game, and it's made for people that are not that experienced. It's a very easy gateway game, and I always feel that I'm playing a game that is more focused. The target's more kids, to be honest. And there's a very thin manual. You see, that's it. That's the manual. Not the other games had a big manual, but this one is very thin. And the same logic here. So you have a wonder that you need to build, but this time by building is you have the schematic side, and along the way you'll be building the stages, and you turn them like you see here. You turn, you flip the cardboard, and you have the build side. And when you build, then you have here the bonus that are indicated. So in this case it's 3 points, and then that you have points, and then some bonus. So the iconography is the same as the other games. So if you've played the other ones, you will recognize everything. So you have blue cards that will give you points. You have the military conflicts in red, although it looks orange there because it's washed out. You have the science as well, and the resources. And you have something new here, which is the coins. The coins existed on the other games, but here the coins is a wild resource. Well, it was more or less the same thing. You paid for resources in the other game, but here one coin is worth any of these resources. Another difference here is that when you use the resources, you use the cards. The cards go away, right? So you don't keep it. You don't build an engine in this game. You use them, you discard them, and then you need to continue collecting cards. Okay. So the gray, now the resources are all gray. So you have the wood, the stone, the clay, the papyrus, and the glass. There's no ore, there's no textile here, and the game ends when the one player fully builds the wonder, but that does not mean that he wins the game, because you need every player then score, and the one that has more points is the one winning. Okay. And there is also the military conflict, so if you accumulate red cards you will be accumulating military conflicts, but now it's different when you some military cards like these ones you see here, they have some horns, and when you play those, there are some tokens that you flip on the map, and when you flip 4 or 6, or depends, I think it depends on the numbers of players, then the battle begins, and then you compare the military strength between you and your neighbors, and then you win victory points based on that. And the green cards is the same thing, so when you accumulate different symbols, so 2 identical ones or 3 different ones, you choose a science token. We'll see those. It works a little bit different, the science tokens. Those are the science tokens. We'll see those. That's it. These are what tokens do, some of the effects on the cards. So let's take a look at that. So there's no game board on this game. There's no game board. What you have is like eight boxes like this one, right? That you have your own deck and your wonder to build. So this case, this would be Ephesus, so Artemis Temple. It doesn't say anywhere, but we've seen it before. It was the Artemis Temple. We've seen it on your game. So Olympia, it's another place where you had the statue of Zeus in Olympia. Then Alexandria, where you had the lighthouse. Gizeh, where you had the pyramid, the only one that's still standing, the only ancient wonder. Rhodes, where you have the Colossus. Babylon, where you had the Hanged Gardens. And Halicarnassus, where you had the Mausoleum. Okay, and then you have an 8th box, which is the common box. We'll start with this 8th box. You have the cards and the tokens. Okay, so you saw that every wonder has their own deck. That's because you as a player, you'll be building here your wonder, and then you'll have your deck on one of the sides, and you have another player's deck on the other side. I don't remember exactly if it's left or right. So in your turn, you choose the card. The top cards are always visible, so you choose the left card or the right card, and you collect that, and you play it, and you do something, or you pass. Right. But there's a third deck available to all players, which is this random question mark deck, which has the same kind of cards, resources, scientific symbols, military conflict, points, etc. But it is in the middle of the table. So if you don't like the left card, if you don't like the right card, you can always go blind here and take the top one and play it. Okay. But if you have the cat symbol, that's why I was saying cat is important. If you, by any chance, have played this card before, which gives you 2 points, it also gives you access to the cat token. And so if you have the cat, you can always pick the top card in the middle deck before you can choose, see, and if you don't like, you can put it back. So the cat gives you that advantage, as well as it worth 2 points in the end of the game. So, yeah, that's it. Those are the cards. So I'm just going to show you these cards, just to see if we forgot to see something, for you to have an idea of what the cards are, because the decks have the similar cards as well. So that's the wild resources, scientific symbols, and that's it. It's more of the same, and you have a third option here to collect. So you have warriors, they look like warriors. That's the clay maker. It's a trader, it gives you gold. This papyrus lady, the stonemason. And these military icons without the horns, they don't go away after battles, but the ones that have horns, like this one, you discard them. So those are temporary military icons, while these soldiers are permanent military icons that you will always have for fighting or conflict. There's the woodman, the cat, and the point. Okay, and then you have the military icon, military points when you win fights, right? And then when you start battles with your horns, it's like peace there. Everything is in peace before the battles. It sounds like Beethoven's Symphony of Happiness. Everything's very peacefully, and then the horns for the military conflict start to play, and you start flipping these, announcing that the battle is coming. And then when all are turned, the military conflict happens. And then after the battles, you flip everything to white again. And then the scientific tokens, these are all different, so you get one more horn. You draw a card every time. You can build an engine a little bit here. So you draw one more card when you draw a battle card with a horn. Your cat is worth one more point in the end of the game. For every time you build a stage, you draw a card. This is worth 4 points, but there are 2 of them. If you have both, it's worth 12. Every time you draw a stone card or a gold card, you draw another card, so that's very good for you to build an engine of drawing cards and drawing more and more. Every time you draw green, build 1. For every token you have in the end of the game, it's worth 2 points. That's the other one we saw. 2 extra military conflict. What's this? So if you fully build your wonder, you get 6 points, or if it's incomplete, it's 4, I think. So every time you draw a paper or a glass, you draw another one. Coins are yellow cards are worth 2 coins. That's good. Every military conflict, it's worth 1 more point. Every time you draw wood and clay, you draw another one. And then oh, this one is very powerful because, as we will see when we take a look at the wonders, you either need different to build. In order to build, you either need different resources or same resources. So if you have this token, it doesn't give you points, anything else, but it allows you to ignore these rules, so you can build them faster. Let's see an example. Here. Let's get the pyramid. Let's see how the game is also built in a way that you just give the box to a player and he has everything he needs. So he takes the deck out like this, you keep it, and you're always drawing the top card. And these cards are similar to the ones we saw, right? The same cards. But the big difference is that on the back, you know that they belong to the pyramid deck. So in the end of the game, nothing gets lost. You just gather all the cards with your icon back. Okay, and then so this would look, building the pyramid would look like this. Okay, so starting the game, you have the tiles like this, right? Okay, nothing is built, and then the moment you have the 2 different resources like a glass and something else, a glass and could not be a glass and a glass, right? Because they need to be different. So it could be a glass and wood, or glass and a coin, etc. You immediately need to build. Okay, so if you have the resource available, you cannot hold. Even if you want to save coins, etc., it needs to be built. Okay, so you just flip it, discard the cards, and then the base of the pyramid is built, and you earn 4 points. Then after it's 2 equal, so this is when the coins start to be useful because they can replicate whatever you already have. You flip, 5 points, and then 3 different, 6 points. And then the most difficult stage is this one, 3 identical, so you definitely need coins for this, 3 identical, or you wait for 3 identical. And then the last one requires 4 different, which is not that difficult, and that's it, you've built the pyramid. That's the most badly built pyramid that I've ever seen. The pyramid, like in the other 7 Wonders games, the powers of the pyramid is always points. But we will this one, for example, which is the Alexandria Lighthouse, it will give you a power, which is you can take cards from any of the decks. This one, it says you take the card from the left and the card from the right, not from all the decks, so just from your neighbors. This one says you take the card from the central deck. I guess it's a bit worse, but then the points could be stronger. So the Babylonian Gardens, you choose one of the tokens available in the table and you pick it. So you'll be able to pick 2 throughout building the hang gardens. And then Rhodes Colossus is for fighting. It gives you shields for fighting, permanent shields. Last but not least, the Halicarnassus, which allow you can take the first 5 cards from the deck on the left or right. You choose one, you give back the others. So you draw 5 basically, and you pick one. So it gives you more choice. So I guess Halicarnassus is the worst. No, Artemis is the worst because you take the central card, the card from the central deck. But I guess that you'll then, in order to balance, probably you'll do that very often. Let's see, you do it once, you do it twice, you do it 3 times. You do it 3 times. While the other powers, if I'm not mistaken, you activate them 2 times. In the pyramid, there's no activation. That's it. Yeah. We visit the past in 7 Wonders Architects. And so I hope that you've enjoyed, you've learned a little bit. This is not how to play, it's just to show you what is inside and share with you the contents. But still, I hope you've enjoyed it to the point that you leave a like, subscribe. I'm gathering more 7 Wonders content, so I'll probably build a playlist, or this video may already be in that playlist. And so I invite you then to check the channel, see everything that I have here, and follow it if you feel like. Subscribe, leave a like, and I hope to see you on next videos. Thank you. Goodbye.